Alright guys, what's up? Putasos podcast. This is episode number 3. We have special guest today, Manny Pacquiao.
Shut the fuck.
We have Jayson Postrano in studio.
I was gonna bring my so I have a signed glove by Pacquiao. I was literally gonna bring that, so I didn't even know this was gonna introduce me like that.
So this week, guys, this is an MMA podcast, but there's no MMA, but there's a really big boxing fight. We have Canelo Alvarez versus, is it Jermell or Jamel?
Jermell. So this is a
Charlo.
big deal because this is undisputed versus undisputed. That's never happened before.
So there's one. Okay, so earlier I get a haircut every Thursday, so we film on Thursdays. But anyway, I went to my barber this morning, and I didn't know this, but so Jermell fights at 54, and this fights at 68. So basically, the only benefit here is for Jermell.
Yeah, but
because
Canelo
if he
too,
wins,
because
he's a 2-weight division undisputed champ.
yeah, just like Terrence Crawford. I think the big fights are happening right now. I think it's probably because of Davis and Garcia.
Boxing's kind of back, bro.
Yeah. MMA took over like the UFC. I think that's because of the fights sucked, you know, they were cherry picking, you know, they weren't putting the best against the best. But when you look at UFC, like we always talk about it, the champion's always fighting like the first or second best.
And here's the thing, like even if you have a champ in the UFC, and let's just say they cherry pick one person and they fight number 4, that's still better than any boxing champion, because there's 4 or 5 champions a weight class. And even if they fight the number 1 guy in that organization, that's still the number 5 to 10 guy overall.
Yeah. It's not the same, you know, but I think
boxing's been doing really good lately, bro.
Yeah.
You're right though, Tank and Garcia really set it off.
Especially because when that happened, Lomachenko and Haney fought. That was a good fight.
That was a good
They
fight.
didn't get paid as much as Ryan Garcia and Davis. That just tells you you don't need the belt to make a lot of money. And then you got Teofimo that fought Josh Taylor. That was a really good fight at 140. Teofimo cooked Josh. And then you got now, and then Spence and Crawford happened. Spence got freaking cooked, called that. And now we got Charlo and Canelo. So that one's a big deal. And so I was looking up the stats in the last 2 years on fights.
Yeah.
So in the last, since December, October of 2020, Charlo has fought, I forgot that guy's name, but he fought one guy, defended his belt, he won. And then he fought Castellanos, then it was a draw, and then he fought Castellanos again, and he
got
won.
robbed on that one though, yeah.
Yeah, I think Castellano won the first one.
Oh, really?
The first one.
I heard Jermell got robbed on that one.
No, I thought he won. But I watched both fights, and I thought he won. But anyways, when he fought Castellanos the second time, this was sometime last year, then he became undisputed when he stopped him on the 10th round. So, fun fact, that's 3 fights, right? And then he's fighting Canelo for the 4th fight. Look at what Canelo's done since that same time period.
Bro.
Like, he fought Smith, got the first 2 straps for 168. Then he fought Saunders, got the 3rd strap. Oh no! Before he fought Saunders, he had to fight Javier or something like that. Some guy that was a mandatory for his belts. So he fought in December of 2020. Then he fought again in February to defend those 2 belts that he just got. Then in around September, May, in that area, he got the 3rd belt from Saunders. And then November, he went and fought
Bivol?
No, the one when he became undisputed, freaking the one that slapped Charlo.
Yeah, Caleb Plant.
Caleb Plant. And so think about it. From December to November, this fool fought 4 times.
He fought Bivol too, right?
And then Bivol was in May. So and then Bivol he fought Bivol. That's his 5th fight. And on the 6th fight he fought Golovkin, right? And then on the 7th fight he just fought against Ryder.
This fool's
so think about
work,
bro. That's by the time he fights Charlo, which is in the next 2 days, he's fought 8 times.
Proper number 12.
That's 8 fights versus Charlo's 4 fights.
That's wild, bro.
Bro, that guy is on a mission, bro. And
That's the one thing you gotta respect about Canelo, bro, is you can't really say shit because he is an all-time great, but that guy fights, bro.
Bro,
he fights the best of the best every time.
Yep.
And that's just a byproduct of how hard someone works, bro. Because when you work that hard and you know you're that fucking guy, why are you tripping about fighting anybody?
Well, sometimes,
he had to go all the way up to take an L, bro.
Well, here's the crazy part, too.
Fought at what did he fight Floyd at?
He was at 54 when he fought Floyd, right?
54, yeah.
Back in 2019, he fought 2 times at 160. 160, and then he fought Kovalov at 174. Then he went back down to 168, got all the straps, Went back up to 174. He lost to Bivol, but rightfully so. When you're doing that much, come on, think about it. 160, 174, 168, 174, back to 168.
Bro.
That's in a time span of 3 years.
Yeah, bro. And like the thing about like, it's funny because most people think that like a weight cut is a bad thing, but you have to understand that a weight cut forces you into like having good cardio. It forces you into working really hard so everything's sharpened up. So like when you like, especially from 54 to what 78?
74.
Bro, that's such a big jump.
And bro, so you're like fighting against 6'2", 6'3", 6'4".
Bro. So for him to go into a camp, I guarantee you he was probably walking around that weight. Maybe he cut a little bit of weight, but that just doesn't force you to be as in good shape. Yeah. And you don't want to be too light for a fight. You don't want to go in hella light.
Yeah, you don't want to get freaking...
So, but that's just wild, bro. Canelo's been putting in mad work over the past couple years.
A lot of people have been saying, like, every time he fights someone, like, for example, Ryder, right? People don't understand, when you have all those belts, you have to defend them. And that's the problem. Like, let's just say Ryder was a nobody, right? Because a lot of people were giving him shit, like he's a tomato can and all this other stuff. But it's like, you got to realize he has all the belts at 168. Regardless, he has a bunch of mandatories.
Yeah, regardless of what you want to say.
You have to fight him, or else you relinquish the belt. You know, so it's like you have to. You don't have any choice. But here's the thing, though. Who do you think, like, based on what you think, who do you think takes this fight?
So, based off what I know, and I guess this is like a combination of like my small boxing knowledge, and then like I guess you could say my bigger knowledge of just how like
fighting in general.
Fighting and weight, like that's a 14-pound jump, bro. Yeah. So
it's funny, bro, because like I didn't even know that Jermell was the one going up. I thought Canelo was the one going up.
Oh well, no. The thing is,
Canelo's like smaller than him, bro. You look at the press conference, and Canelo looks way smaller.
Okay, bro. That's what I tell a lot of people. Like, okay, you guys forgot that Canelo came from 147.
Yeah, when he fought Floyd.
Exactly, or even lighter than that, 140. So that's what people need to look at too. You know, people are like, oh, Canelo's a bigger. No, he's just husky, thicker. He's a thicker guy, but not like. That's not like why is all his opponents are taller than him? Yeah, because that's not his weight class, bro. That's what Bivol. Like if Bivol
he's just great, bro. He's just jumping up weight class. He's just better than a lot of these people.
Yeah, if Bivol couldn't knock him out, and don't get me wrong, Bivol got him a couple key shots, and that's why Bivol started boxing more and didn't risk it. Because he like, I mean, as a boxer, you're winning the fight. Why would you want to be reckless with the guy that could counter you and end the fight?
Although Jermell he's taller and probably built better for the weight class, Canelo's been hit by guys like Bivol.
Yeah.
He's been hit with the speed of Floyd.
Yeah.
You know, like he's been through everything, bro. And, like,
Golovkin.
Yeah, and you gotta think like the only L he took is like he had to really go up in size to take that L.
Yeah.
And Jermell, like again, I don't know him as well, but there's no name that he's beat where I'm like, I know that fucking guy.
Yeah.
And I'm a casual fan for boxing, you know? I don't know. Just in my opinion, if I'm just basing it off like the past and like what I know of the fighters, I gotta give it to Canelo, bro.
Yeah.
It's hard to bet against Canelo when he only has 2 L's and like one was way above his weight and one was to arguably the greatest fighter of all time, you know?
Yeah.
So Canelo's solid, but I mean, but also a fight's a fight, and a guy that's going in that's 6 foot or 6'2",
whatever he is,
versus 5'9" Canelo, regardless, that's still like a fight, bro. You know, yeah. But I still got Canelo.
I think they're not giving Charlo enough credit though, because Charlo's actually really good, and Bivol showed like how to beat Canelo essentially. Like, you can't sit in front of Canelo and try to bang it out. Why? Because Canelo has a freaking chin. He was taking all hits from Golovkin. Not once did he get dropped. Well, he's never been dropped, period.
Bivol too, bro. He got cracked a couple times.
Yeah, so like, I don't think Charlo has enough power to put him away. Like, I think that's how he wins, or by decision if he boxes like Bivol. But here's the one thing that this is one of my predictions that might happen. I think it would. When Charlo throws his 2, 3, 4 punch combination, he's always like
open.
Yeah, he's not like, I wouldn't say he's not defensively responsible, because he's actually really good defensively, but he gives himself that opening. And guess what Canelo's really good at?
Capitalizing on small opportunities, bro.
That's what he did with Saunders when he cracked his eye socket. That's what he did to Caleb Plant when he caught him with that uppercut.
Yeah.
So but don't get me wrong, Charlo could do the same thing, but the thing is, like I said, Canelo has a chin.
It's funny that you say that, bro, because when I was getting my haircut this morning with MG, he literally was telling me, he's like, I like Charlo a lot, and if anyone's gonna beat Canelo, it's a bigger, lengthier, like stronger boxer.
That's
he's like, but the difference between Bivol and Charlo, he's like, as Charlo throws punches and bunches, and when he does that, he leaves himself way open.
Yep.
The thing is, like, he gets carried away, man.
Canelo?
And no, Jamel.
Yeah.
And with Canelo, you have to be patient. Even John Ryder, he said, if you think you dodge his fucking hit, even though it came slow speed, the timing wise, it was too late. I know I'm gonna get fucking punched, and that's when they got punched in the nose.
Do you think Canelo's gonna stop him?
If he gets carried away, because the thing is, like, emotionally, you have to be like very like at ease. And if Castaño give him hard in his first fight, you know, it's just gonna be, that's how it's gonna be, you know.
I think that's how it's gonna go. And could he win? I think Charlo's way to win this fight really is by decision.
Yeah.
He like literally has to put on a master show, like a class, and just outbox Canelo. But here's the problem with that, bro. Canelo is a good boxer.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's just a powerhouse where he's just trying to knock you out like Wilder, and then you can box out Wilder like how Fury did.
He knocks people out because he sets up everything he does, bro.
Yeah.
He's an intelligent fighter.
No, he really is. But let's get a shot real quick. Yeah, anyways, so here's the thing too. With this fight, I'm not sure if you knew, but PBC, Premier Boxing Champions, they have a 3-fight deal with Canelo. This is one of the 3. So if it goes by decision and it's really, really close, I think they give it to Canelo, and here's the reason why: politics and boxing, right? But
tons of politics and boxing.
There's 2 more fights in that 3-fight contract, and then there's Benavidez in there. There's Crawford that wants to go up to 168 to fight him.
He wants to fight Canelo, huh?
Yeah, he wants to go to 168. He wants to be a 3-way undisputed champion. That'll be insane, bro.
That's insane, bro.
Like, there's no point of him, like, because Pacquiao already got the 8 belts. Floyd already got, like, the 50-0. So, like, what's the one thing he could...
For that weight class?
Well, what do you mean?
You're saying because, like, those 2 fighters have been in that weight class and have accomplished, quote-unquote, more.
Yeah. So it's like, what's he going to do? Try to get 8 belts in 8 different weight classes? Not going to happen. Is he going to be 50-0? Well, it's not going to be the same as with Floyd. For him, he's thinking, like, bro, what if I get 3 weight divisions and I'm undisputed? He's already going to be, like, in the freaking... You know, one of the greats because he's 2-weight division. Imagine he goes to 168 and actually pulls it off and beats Canelo. Like, I think that's a tall task because that's 3 weight classes. That. But like you said,
he's as big as Canelo too.
Yeah, they're like the same height, but it's different when you're fighting at 47.
Yeah,
like those guys that are hitting you at 47 versus someone at 74. Bro, that hits way different. You know what I mean? So that's why there's weight classes, like you said.
100%, bro.
Yeah.
There's weight classes for a reason, bro. And people don't realize, like, a 7-pound jump is like people always say size doesn't matter, which technically is right, but size matters when you're at that high of a level.
Yeah.
So that's why Jermell jumping up 14 pounds, bro, like, that's a tough task, bro. Like, it's a tough task in general, let alone going up to fight Canelo.
Yeah. Like, if he was going to 168
you know?
and he was fighting, like, the rank number 15, number 10.
Way different.
Like, that's way different in 2 weight classes.
Way different.
But when you fight Canelo, it's like, homie, like...
Not only are you fighting up 14 pounds against the champ, you're fighting up 14 pounds against, like, someone who's probably on Goat Mountain.
Yeah. He's definitely going to be on the Goat Mountain, like, for sure.
You know?
Especially, like I mentioned earlier, he, in 11 months, this fool fought 4 times and took all 4 straps. In 11 months. I think that's also why, because me and
That's
MG...
actually insane, bro.
Me and MG were talking about this, and we're like, why did Canelo gas out against Bivol? Because he gassed out. Like, he was genuinely, like, tired. One, obviously, he throws a lot of power punches. That takes a lot of energy to throw all those power punches. But 2, within a year and 5 months, he fought 5 different fights. And mind you, those champions at 168 were all undefeated.
Yeah, dude.
He took all their straps.
Damn. He took everybody's
Yeah.
He took everyone's
Everyone's strap. And
bro.
then 5 months later, right, he went up to 174 and fought Bivol. So I think he was genuinely tired because he was like gassed out. Like, bro, imagine training that many fights in 15 months. Like, those training camps aren't like easy, you know what I mean? And then you got to go into the fight, and then you got to recover, and honestly, go back into training.
I've honestly never even looked at it that way. Like,
bro, like, that was some crazy stuff what Canelo did.
And it's funny, bro, because, like, when you're, like, I guess unfortunately, like because he's so good, like it's just like a normal thing. But like, bro, like when he retires, like people are gonna look back on that bro, this guy was the fucking man.
Generational. In fact, like how it's funny because the reason why he's so good now, or in the last X amount of years, is because of that loss he took from Floyd.
Yeah.
Literally, he leveled up in so many ways because of that L.
That's crazy.
Like, like people are always saying, like, oh, Canelo fought him too early. He should have waited. No, because had he not fought him at that time, what kind of boxer would he be today?
Yeah, and then when people say shit like that, bro, I'm like, guys, like, you realize that like these fights aren't forced. Like, you gotta sign a contract and shit. Like,
you wanted that.
You signed up for that shit. You can't make excuses. But anyway, regardless, bro, like, yeah, that fight made him a different fighter.
But yeah, my prediction, like I said, bro. I think Canelo catches him when he does that flurry of 2, 3, 4, 5 punches where he leaves himself wide open. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Early, middle, late.
I'd probably say like in the 6th, 7th round. And here's the reason why. It's going to be a chess match. Like, Jermell knows how to beat Canelo, quote unquote, because of Bivol. So he's going to try to like do the same approach where he picks him apart from the outside and boxes. But here's the problem. You have your boxing habits. If your habit is like, yes, you're gonna go into that camp and like practice, but think about it. What can you do in 3 to 4 months when you have like 10 years worth of habits? Like, you're not just gonna override that within like 3-4 months of camp. Bro. So that's why I think he's gonna get caught. You know, so that's what I got.
Honestly, that look, he might be the smartest shit you ever fucking said, bro.
That's in 2023.
For real, bro, because like people don't realize, like, especially when you're fucking training for that long, like, whether you like it or not, like, you do create habits.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like, it's really fucking hard to break those habits.
But if he does it, bro, that'd be insane, bro. If he wins.
Where would you rank that? Like, if you were to rank that, like, on your list of like biggest upsets of all time, where would you put that?
I don't think it would even be in the top 5 of biggest upset.
Well, let's just say biggest upsets of the last 10 years.
That would be a big upset in the last 10 years. But the only reason why I say that's not like a big upset, because this fool's dangerous. Charlo puts people out.
Okay, so that was gonna be my next question. Does Charlo put people away?
Bro, he puts people away. Like, he's a good finisher.
Okay, so and this is why I need to learn more about boxing.
I wish I knew more about boxing, bro.
Yeah, I mean, they really need to change the whole. And the reason why a lot of people, like, for example, think Canelo, right? He'll get the title and he will vacate those belts. The reason why? Because you have to pay a fee.
To have the belts?
Yes.
Boxing's all corrupt, huh?
Yeah. So, like, you don't get it. Well, fucking, I think one fighter said it.
It's cheaper to fucking not have the belts.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I'm good. I'm living life. I'm already a millionaire. Oh, fucking Crawford and Danny Garcia. That's like, cool. I'm good. I don't have to pay the sanction bodies.
That's nuts, man.
Yeah. So you have to pay the sanction bodies.
G earlier, that's like one thing he said. He's like, I think Charlo's really good. I just wish he had more power. Does Jermell have knockout power?
Yeah, he does, but at the 154, and then once you go, I mean, don't get me wrong, some of it will go with it because of he doesn't have to deplete his.
That's a big weight jump for him, bro. That's 14 pounds.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's like 8. That's like 8 weight classes in boxing.
Now you know why. Now you know why he has the power at 154.
Yeah.
I think he has power based on the fights that I've seen. He clips you and you're dazed, bro, and he's got power in both hands too.
Both hands?
Both hands. He has a good jab, right? Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. Is he like a Wilder, like he's knocking fools out one punch? No. But like enough to like keep you honest. But the reason why I don't think that's like gonna be the way he wins, like he knocks Canelo out, is because, bro, who drops Canelo? Like, look at Triple G, bro. He was giving everything to Canelo. He threw the sink at him.
Fuck yeah, he did.
Canelo ate them all, bro.
He really did.
He really did, bro.
Bro. Even like the first and second fight, especially
the first one.
Especially the first fight, bro. I thought he lost that fight.
Yeah, I thought he lost that fight too.
But regardless, like,
yeah.
Damn, bro, that's wild.
So
I'm excited for this fight now,
bro. I'm juiced up.
That's the cool thing about these pods is like even if you go into a fight card and like, let's just say I know what's going on with the main event, like as you talk and you start to break down and bounce ideas off the guy next to you, you're like, damn, like
I didn't even think of that.
This is firing me up, actually.
That fight's in 2 days.
Okay. Don't be a bitch.
Cheers. You wanna know what's funny, bro? Like, this is a whole, like, I made this podcast for MMA, I only have one piece of MMA thing.
Everything is basketball,
football. Well, I mean, I guess that's MMA. That's
yeah, but that's
this is boxing.
This is about drinking.
Put the camera on this one. You all right? Fuck me, right? Nah, just kidding. This is a Tommy Hearns glove. This shit's worth $3 billion. Cool. Main card. So finalize our picks on that one more time. I'm gonna take Canelo. I don't know enough to say stoppage or not, so I'm just gonna say Canelo by decision. But
I think he stops him. I think he catches him.
MG called a stoppage in round 10.
I got Canelo. I will say if Jermell Charlo gets carried away, he could end up in the 10, maybe 11. Maybe 11.
And who do you got with Ugos and Barrios?
Ugas.
Or Ugas?
I got, if the thing is like Ugas is a good boxer, so I will say decision on that one.
Ugas?
I will say Barrios.
But this guy picks. You pick boxing fights like 9 times out of 10, right?
Yeah.
And UFC fights you can get good too.
Yeah. So that's my prediction.
MG round 10.
Round
Jayson,
6, 7.
Round 6. I got decision whatever.
But that could go all the way to the end though, because it's gonna be. I feel like Jermell is gonna fight. Well, he's gonna at least try to fight like how Bivol fought. But like I said, habits die hard. There's no way he's gonna be able to keep that up. At some point, he's gonna go back to his normal habit of the way he fights, and that's when Canelo will be able to capitalize on that.
But all right, cool. So before we end, because we're pretty much wrapped up, there is a second good fight on the card that I think like it's at least recognizable to go over. It's Ugas versus Barrios. So both coming off L's. Ugas is coming off that
beat down. That was he's not coming off an L, bro. He's coming off a beat down. Spence broke his orbital bone, I think.
That fool's face was ballooned up, bro.
Yeah, like I think because you got to look at it from this perspective. When you get your eye socket blown out like that, broken,
you got
basically,
beat up,
bro. Like there's no way that like when you fight a year later, when that gets hit, that tissue's like it's not the same, bro. Like,
not the same, bro.
It's not like it's a bone where it heals stronger.
And it's especially when you're not at that age. Like, it's different when you're 15 or 16 or even 19 and that happens.
Yeah, because you're young.
Because your body's still building. But, like, when you're already developed and something breaks like that, like...
Bro, the fool's like 36, 37, I think.
Yeah, bro, that's tough.
And Barrios is younger. He's a good boxer. So, when Barrios fought Davis...
So, that's what I was going to
He was actually, in my opinion, I thought he was winning. But that's how all of Davis's fights go.
That's how the fights go, bro.
For Davis, especially. Because Davis is always practically losing.
Davis is like Floyd, bro. He'll give up 2-3 rounds just to see what you're about, and then just fucking snipe you, bro. Well, Floyd didn't snipe people, but Gervonta snipes people.
Yeah, he's a little Tyson for sure.
Yeah, bro, he's a beast.
Yeah, so I think on that fight, it just depends on Ugas's eye on how that handles it, because I think that can easily get damaged to the point where it's going to become a liability for him during the fight. It depends on how Barrios fights. But here's the thing, Barrios is not like a heavy puncher either. Like, he's a good boxer, but he's not like putting mitts on you and like putting power on you and you're just like, oh shit, like this guy's putting it on me, you know. But if I had to pick and a slight favorite, I think Barrios.
Well, bro, you have to fucking remember, bro, Ugas he beat the brakes off Pacquiao too.
Yeah, he did.
And Pacquiao is not like...
He was 40, but that's still
he was still like
good.
Beating fools up.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it, bro. Like, Pacquiao was, if he would have won that fight, he would have positioned himself to be like top 5. I mean, he's probably already arguably top 5, but like cement like top 3.
I think if he would have won that, he would have fought Spence for undisputed.
He lost.
It would have been way. Well, here's the thing. Look, I said this before Crawford and Spence fought. That Spence likes to sit in front of you and fight in front of you. But guess what Crawford doesn't do? He doesn't sit in front of you and bang with you. He does moves around. He cuts angle. And guess who cuts angle better than Crawford? Pacquiao. So it's like, so if the cutting, you know, basically fighting like that and cutting angles and all that, and you're going to have a problem with Crawford. Don't get me wrong, Crawford's younger, stronger, and everything else. But regardless, when you're cutting angles and you're out of position and someone's hitting you from the side, like, it don't matter if he's 40, bro. But again, those are all hypotheticals.
Oh, how did you feel when you were in the ring with Ugas and Ugas was landing those hits? Like, were you...
Bro, he was getting fucking cooked. not me. You could tell, though, like, his body wasn't moving the way, like, he was when he was 30. But age catches up to you. That's just how it is.
So you
But
got-
I got
you got
Barrios.
Barrios?
I got Barrios on that one.
I did a little bit more research on this one just because I didn't want to be like an absolute idiot. And
I think
not
it's a
really
decision
want the
though.
second fight.
It's not no knockout.
I
Neither
got
of them.
Ugas, bro, and I agree with you. I think it does depend on how he bounces back from the eye injury. But I also looked at Ugas' career, and he doesn't have any like substantial injuries that like I don't know. Like obviously as you get older they linger more, but I just think you'll be able to piece him out. And keep in mind Barrios is the smaller fighter too.
Yeah, he came from 140.
You know,
So he's the natural, and he is smaller. Period. Like Ugas is way bigger than that guy.
I mean, yeah. I think Ugas is gonna be able to point him out
yeah.
and win a decision. So my picks is Ugas decision.
I
And
got
decision.
Barrios decision because I don't think either of them's knocking either of them out. But then again, this is boxing. You can catch them.
Hey, when does Jake Paul fight Dylan Dennis?
Jake Paul? You mean Logan?
Or Logan Paul will fight Dylan Dennis?
October 14th.
That's next. Oh, that's this month coming out.
2 weeks.
Yeah,
We should
2
call
weeks.
skips on the fight night card. It's Yusuf versus Barboza that week.
Why don't we just do both? We'll do the
Yeah.
boxing one first though. Because KSI is fighting Tommy
Because
Fury.
next, yeah.
That one's actually a good card, YouTube wise, YouTube
Yeah.
boxers.
Oh,
like,
it's
you know,
the best
Bro,
one they
that's
made.
that's probably the best one. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
That's one of the best fucking boxing cards of the year.
they're not professionals, but like
It's a
they're
stack
good
card.
enough, bro. Like they got good training, high level freaking trainers. Like they're actually in shape for that kind of stuff, you know. But regardless, anyways,
Well, guys, that's pretty much it. We got our predictions. We kind of broke down the fights the best we could. Sorry, I'm not the most knowledgeable at boxing, but
it's gonna be a good fight. You guys should tune in.
Yeah, we'll be
sure.
here. Be a couple drinks deep, and we'll send you guys the reaction. But that's it for the fight. Thanks you guys for tuning in. Episode number 3 is done. Appreciate you. Tune in next time. Trust me, dog. We edit out about half the shit we film.